Hi, my name is Jeff and welcome back to my workshop. We're continuing work on the cupola caboose, standard vision cupola. I already primed it with gray paint, which is also going to be the color of the roof and the top. And I've laid out a piece of tape and I cut a line down the middle, split it in two, lengthwise. I'm going to measure off pieces for the sides, and then we'll do the ends as well and just cut through them. I'm cutting them a little bit long, and then they can wrap around the edge. And when I'm masking, I always take a part line that's been cut at the point where the tape's separated and not use the factory cut because it may not be clean or straight. And I'm just using the rivet line that's on the model as my guide. So press the tape in place and then just wrap it around the edges and wrap the top up across the top. To get around the edges, I'm going to slice through it right at the roof line, working from the corner back. Lets me catch the top and hopefully the ends as well. Do the same thing on the other side. Easier way and probably a little safer is set it on my cutting mat like this and then just follow the roof line to cut. Then I can fold it over. I'm going to repeat the process with the other piece of tape on the other side. It's important when masking to make sure you get everything lined up exactly right and to make sure your edges, particularly where the paint separation lines are sealed well. There's a number of ways you can do that. As you'll see in a few minutes, I'm going to burnish the ends down with a toothpick. Some people also like to overspray. Once the masking is done, spray on the base color, the first color they used, to use the paint to seal it. I will use that if I'm working with thin paint, like from an airbrush, or a paint that's in a rattle can that is a little bit on the thinner side. In this case, the paint I'm using for the second color is a Vallejo hobby spray paint that works well and isn't too thin, so it doesn't seep under the tape if I've burnished it well. As you'll see at the end, we'll get a good clean finish on this. For the end of the model, I just cut a piece that's again a little bit longer and lining it up. In this case, the curved hand grabs are my mark point, and then I just bend it up under the roof as needed to catch the overhang. I'll do the same thing on the other side as well. I also took little pieces and just made sure that the ends of the roof at the overhang are covered so that they stay gray. As you can see, it didn't quite cover here, so with the sides done, we'll just slip some tape on the top so we don't get any overspray on the roof. We don't have to worry about clean edges because this is going to end over on top of an existing piece of tape. Do the same thing for the small side of the roof. And then it's ready to go to the paint shop after I burnish down the ends. As you can see, I just rub a toothpick along there to make sure it's sealed down well. I also look for any air bubbles and make sure I push those down at the same time. So if you've been following my videos, you know this last couple have been a little bit shorter than usual, and I apologize for that. I've had some health issues that have kept me out of the workshop, so I've been shooting what I can, and I'm a little behind on my schedule. I hope to get caught up soon on that. Okay. With everything burnished down and secure, we're ready to go take it out to the paint shop and get the red on here. Okay, so once the paint has dried, it doesn't have to cure completely, but you do want to make sure it's dry to the touch and no discernible paint odor. You can start removing the masking. Pieces like the roof can be peeled off easily. When you're working on sides and the ends where it's going to come in contact at the divider line, you want to try and peel it back against itself so you get a good clean line and you don't take off any of the paint you want to leave behind. Okay, with the paint removed, it's ready for a gloss coat and then decaling, and we'll be doing that in next week's episode. Before I start shooting, I'll take it back to this paint booth and get a gloss coat on it and get ready for painting. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful. If you have, please make sure you give it a good big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next video. I try and get a full video up on Thursdays and a short on Mondays. Thank you for watching.